Welcome back. Today we'll do something really fun. We're now going to RK Custom Exhaust to make a new downpipe for our K24 Turbo Honda Civic. I'll be there in 11 minutes, as you can see. I've already had a 90-minute drive since I'm in beautiful Zoomeren in the south of the Netherlands. Today it's just a bit rainy, but normally when I drive towards the south of the Netherlands, the weather is always nice, somehow. As you know, we're not welders, but our pull tank system has really held up so far. Shouldn't you have a system like that inspected when building something like this? Yeah, no, I'm also asking Rob. He's an exhaust guy, not from the Department of Motor Vehicles. So he's seen our welding work. What did you think of our welding? As long as it holds, right?
10 points for creativity.
Yeah, always that one. 10 points for creativity. Let me just open my van, then we can put the drawbar system in the back. And I have my old downpipe line there, man.
Yeah, I saw it.
Look here, bam. I hope we can reuse a big part of this, but that will save you a lot of work and also time. Everything here leaves in perfect condition. Alright, I'm going to park my van for a moment and then we'll push the Honda inside. Because as you know, it does start, but it runs so badly that you can't even drive it. Yeah, hold on, we're here. The hardest part is behind us. Put the car on the lift, but just look at how clean it looks. One thing stands out right away, Rob. Where's your chill area? Upstairs?
Yeah, go take a look.
Let's go see. He's instantly curious about his daily tasks. Our 1320 nozzle, which Rob also helped sponsor because yeah, he thought either I spend a week making a nozzle or I just sponsor a big part of it.
Yeah, it's easy. Why remake something that exists?
Hey, but this is our old downpipe that went through the hood. Do you remember that? That's how we first got in, right?
Yeah, haha.
And now I thought I'd just put it on because yeah, then we won't get all that fire or whatever coming out, those things heading toward my firewall. Everything is loose, so you can just pull it away like this, not needed anymore. Exactly. The lens of the wastegate is totally wrong. I don't get how they came up with this. Once at 1320, 1320 is a cool brand. Not like those cheap $50 manifolds. But anyway, I really think it's just from a race car, and it just doesn't have any heater lines. I honestly think that...
Is it also for this car?
It's really for the K24 or the K20.
In one step.
All those engines have heater lines there. It's standard. The outlet on the engine is the same, whether it's in a Civic or Prelude.
With the extreme builds then, huh?
Yeah, you don't have a heater.
Clean and it's coming out?
We're still the fancy type. We still want a car heater. Exhaust spare parts. So I brought a few things that we definitely need to replace when we take off the manifold. That's a new gasket because we've already installed it 3 times with an old gasket, a new turbo gasket. Also very important.
Yes.
And I brought heat wrap again because I actually want to heat wrap the new downpipe right away. Because I'm not planning to take it off 3 more times, you know? Oh yeah, and the wastegate. I hope we can use this part, the one I ordered. It's stainless steel too, like the exhaust, right?
Yes.
So that should just fit together. Do you have different types of stainless steel? I think so.
Yes.
So I hope this doesn't, yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, fall off on the way? No, it'll be fine.
Usually it's 304 and 316, but if you weld it properly, you can just weld them together.
If you can weld well, you know, I never could have done it. So I brought gloves for that dirty stuff because it really sticks. I brought all kinds of heat-resistant tape. If the nozzle has to go really close to something, I've got that covered. Rob, I have a question. When you see what needs to be built now, is that a lot of work or not much, or...
About 6 or 7 hours?
Luckily, I started early today. Do you have time for it today?
No.
No. Do you have enough work, Rob? Yes. I have my sign, by the way. It's in the car. I always have it with me.
Well, I'm done again.
I always carry it with me. Because we just always have to show this thing that RK built that exhaust, our really awesome supercar exhaust, yeah, which we're still super happy with. Only today I'm gonna tell him we want a different design.
A hook is on the car's back.
Yeah, I think he really spent a week on this to build this exhaust system for us. If I show up with this now, I'll never be welcome again. But Rob, let's have a cup of coffee first.
Yeah.
Or are you just bang right away?
Then you can go upstairs right away?
Oh yeah.
He's not finished yet. We're working on it.
But hey, I already think it looks really great. The last time I was here, I hadn't even been upstairs yet.
Oh yeah? I placed a banner from downstairs directly to upstairs.
Yes. But look, this is a chill corner I hadn't seen before. Really nice. Hey, those are cool. Yeah, right? Those barrels are cool, and all those nice banners.
Yeah, this is where customers can wait.
How long does it usually take to build an exhaust? It depends on the work, but now you have a proper workspace. You can start working as a customer.
Yeah, I made the fabric tip on top. Yeah, well, I have a lot of clients who have a job outside the house or who can do their work at home on their laptop. They can now either take a seat in the office. They can sit comfortably here, aren't bothered by noise, and can get coffee, water, or a soft drink. They're well taken care of.
Alright, normally I come up with a plan of action, but Rob just gets to work. Yeah, that's just how it works here, so keep going. No, I need to take that turbo off briefly since I have to remove the manifold anyway. I also need to replace those gaskets. So that's what I'm going to do now. Take off the manifold, take off the turbo, and take off our really short downpipe. So, am I doing it wrong? No, you just need to measure everything now.
No, we'll make the downpipe first.
That's why I'm the cameraman. Hold on, listen for a second, haha.
We're going to make the downpipe first to make sure it has a good position, and based on that we can also position the wastegate.
And once all of that is positioned, then I can replace the gaskets, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. I was about to take it all apart, but can't we still reuse most of this like I thought before? Then we basically have everything. What are you going to do with it then? Scrap metal?
Yes. We're just going to start over properly.
Aren't you upset after spending so many hours on this and now not using it?
No, we just need to make something good.
Yes, but this is already good. Why reinvent the wheel, Rob?
Yes, but if this lands, it shouldn't just be good, and then I have to weld it shut, and that's not how I want to make it.
I'm not adding anything else since my new ideas are useless. My original plan wasn't good anyway. And he keeps putting that thing away every time, and I just keep picking it up again. So Rob, the downpipe was our first task. I still want to show him our wastegate because our wastegate is in a completely different position. Rob, I want to show you this before we start the downpipe. Maybe that will change your mind. It needs to go here soon. So, where do you want it? Oh, yeah. With a little bend like that.
Yeah.
That's totally crazy. Yeah, my hood won't close like that.
Actually, I even prefer it like this, also because of the flow. That we can make it sharper towards here. We also have to make sure it doesn't float away too much, so you don't get a negative swirl in front of the turbo.
And this looks really sick, you know, when you have it like this. I'm going to try to start it at the end of the day because I want Rob to hear the sound even if it's not running well.
Is this the same turbo or a different one?
The same turbo? Okay. But with this turbo, we can really get 600 horsepower, right? Do you already know how to take that corner by now? Because it was tight, right, you said. It is tight. And now we just have to pack everything super well. That brake line will catch fire soon, and my brake reservoir will melt. We still have to consider all those things, right?
Yeah, but we'll really make sure that we stay as far away from it as possible.
Every centimeter really changes the heat, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, since you already make so many exhausts for modern cars. I think that's really tight, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's really a nightmare.
A real nightmare. He'd prefer an old Trabant. What was the worst car you've ever worked on?
G-Class 6x6.
Yeah?
It won't fit on the bridge, so I have to build it lying on the ground.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that. I just figured you'd have plenty of space in a car like that.
No, I prefer a car on the bridge so I can raise or lower it and reach everything. Even if the spaces are tight, but lying under the car for 3 days straight, that's really a nightmare.
That really ages you, I can tell you. It's great, isn't it, when you have so much experience that you already know exactly how everything should go. For me, they're all still separate pieces, but in your mind, you've already figured it all out.
Then you picked the wrong one again?
No, also, no, really. But anyway, you already have your design completely in your head then?
Yeah, piece of cake. We're sticking to a theme now, right?
The start is made, there's no going back now.
No way back. Then we can take a look to see if we can make a turn here in a moment. It's actually not that exciting. No, the way down is already there, right? No, we can actually reach this quite well.
So it's constantly adjusting and measuring and figuring out what's the best route for that exhaust. And what brand is this? RK Custom, that thing is really sick. Haven't I seen that on a Clio before? Is that possible?
Yeah, but we've made something new for that.
Oh, really? What do you do with that? Make it a trophy or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you happen to have a Clio and want this underneath it, I guess, right?
No.
Because Rob actually already said when he made this exhaust for us, he basically never makes a second one, you know?
No, a customer wants something unique, so if I make it again, it isn't unique.
Suppose another Honda rider asks for exactly what Twins has. You reply,
Good luck.
good luck. No, we'll come up with something else because that's really special. You can't just get it again, so you're unique.
I'll just spin it for a moment, then I can go check.
You've already made those pie cuts to size, so you're making pie cuts all day long. It definitely saves time.
Yeah, when I'm working on a project somewhere, I just saw a bunch of them, but usually more than enough. So I end up with some leftovers, and then I can use them when I need a few.
Smart move. Spending hours sawing those pieces would be rough. Oh,
I just want to be able to keep going in one go when I'm working, so not having to saw all the time instead of just...
this is real experience, guys. Rob has already fixed a bend this fast. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we had that lying around, right?
Yeah, you had the pie cuts lying around, but not the curve. No, he said making a downpipe like that can take around 6 hours. I hope I can help him with something later, but definitely not welding. That welding work is basically your business card.
You wrap it up again too?
Yeah, I actually wrap it up again too, but I'll show you what the welding looks like in a bit, before I wrap it up. Rob had a cool idea. I asked for something simple, but he insisted, no, we're making something awesome. So I think if I got it right, or if you came up with it, we're gonna go up and then like this, so over the top instead of straight ahead. Did you think I'll go up a bit and then back down again?
Yeah, and then we have to come out on the right side over there.
Yeah, because why are we actually doing it this way, and not just straight ahead?
The downpipe is longer, so the 3-inch path is extended. This lets exhaust gases cool further and increases flow.
How is it actually? Are the viewers allowed to watch the weld or not? Yes, they are.
The viewers are allowed.
Aren't your eyes already used to this?
No, I look away or I squint my eyes. Not how it's supposed to be, but yeah.
I can already see the comments coming. Rob.
Almost all welders who do it like this tack weld this way, they also look away for a moment.
Yeah, those constant spots in your vision are so annoying.
With welder's eyes, it feels like sand in your eyes, making it hard to open or close them.
What have you experienced with an exhaust system you didn't weld?
An exhaust leaking in 27 places. Exhaust that just fell off. You can't make this stuff up.
So, definitely not to cut back, I hear.
And one's made from press pipe.
Press pipe, what?
Then we'll put this back for a moment, then we'll go ahead and grab the wastegate.
Can I grab the wastegate now? That's what we want, right? What is it called again? We want to connect the screamer pipe to the downpipe. How can we make it look great? This will be awesome. Alright, I came up with an idea to reuse the bottom part anyway. Hey, is it a good idea from me today? First,
Yes, first idea.
I want to minimize his work, so we'll saw it off here now. We've now lifted the car up. Because the connection that goes here, the one we just sawed, will go on here. And take a look at my nice piece of exhaust suspension. Of course, it shouldn't touch the ground, so I tied it up twice.
On the way, I suddenly noticed it like plop, plop, plop.
Then it would have been an expensive day.
Let's see which way that's going. See, then this one really has to...
Like this.
Let it run longer and then go up. So I think that we still,
We're going to make a new one.
we're gonna make a new one.
Such a shame. It was worth a try, but I think I'm going to stop coming up with ideas for today because it's just not working today with my ideas.
I already have more parts with you.
Yes, show that for a moment. That was the old valve.
Yes, you guys blew that one up. I meant with the valve closed.
Yeah, he still blames us for that, and believe me, I only ever use launch control with the valve open. You can't tell that from the valve. But guys, that's just how we are. We don't want our equipment to break. Are your exhaust parts from Italy?
Italy, France, and Sweden produce much of the stainless steel.
So if you come with your Ferrari, then you'll just get Italian pipe parts on it again. This is a different welding method than usual since we typically use my Lidl welding machine. He'll laugh again. Believe me, I can do a lot with that too. I made my towing system with it, and it still works. Guys, just check out his welding work. Such a shame that soon you won't be able to see any of that anymore, because of course we're going to wrap it with heat wrap. Are you happy with it? Content. I want to learn how to weld properly, but I think it starts with having a good welding machine, right? I bought that Lidl welding machine because I thought, okay, I just need to weld a small piece of steel together. And since then, I've really used it for everything. You won't get results like this because this welding machine is different from mine, I think. This is closed. You need to add the wire yourself, but mine already has the wire coming out. But just check how nice this looks. Do you still need to weld here?
No, that one comes off.
What comes off? You've done that before. There's so much involved, huh, Rob? He's even looking at this, at my windshield washer hoses, to see if they won't melt.
You have to consider everything.
That's absolutely true.
I could build something really quickly now, and if I don't take anything into account, then some things will start to melt.
Fortunately, this issue is gone since we no longer have a windshield washer system. Our turbo line runs there now. So this can basically go. We don't have to consider that. Maybe I even prefer it this way, right, Rob? If it slopes downwards, because then it actually goes a bit, just like the manifold, downwards. And does it also make a difference in terms of work?
No.
We're leaving the workbench to weld on the car. If I understood correctly, he's now going to quickly tack weld those parts on the car. So he knows which direction it needs to go, and then we'll take it all off again to weld it on the workbench. As you know, my Honda is pretty low, and you know that an exhaust is well built. If you haven't hit it even once on a speed bump or anything like that, that means it's just properly placed in the tunnel where it can go. And of course the driving skills. I'll grab it for a moment. And of course the driver's skills. Thanks to the extra V-band, we can easily remove the downpipe later.
Yes, absolutely.
Because last time you built it really nicely.
Yeah, it just fit. It's hard to get it out.
Yeah, that one was really hard to get out last time. The previous one, I mean. But this one is a lot easier, yeah. 10 points for creativity. If this doesn't look awesome, I don't know what does. It's not only super nice to look at, but it's also functional. And now comes the slightly harder part, because the outlet of the wastegate. We're going to connect that to the downpipe. That's a precision job, to put it that way. Most people will just make a screamer pipe going toward the ground, or out through a hood. Well, we want the flames only through the exhaust, so they're behind the car, not underneath. That's important since we're often on the podium. And on podiums you always have carpeting, rugs and things like that. And if I were to put a good lounge there, lounge control for example, then it could happen that the carpet catches fire.
Just like with Goldie?
Yeah, Goldie also had all those mats on the floor, right? They moved around a lot.
Yeah, there wasn't much left of that.
No, right, I think that was also the last time he was allowed to do those bangs on stage. So I don't want that, I just want to go naturally under the car, just outside. Will my car have a different sound now? Because the exhaust is different, right? More bends?
Mainly because of the manifold, each cylinder gives off a pulse, so that's actually a vibration of sound. And this manifold has a completely different structure than the one that was on it before, so you'll get a different sound as well.
Of course, soon I'll disassemble everything, weld it, and then wrap everything with heat wrap. After that, I'll wrap everything below with aluminum tape. So, whatever still needs protection. A familiar manifold. It's still quite heavy, isn't it? It could be much lighter.
Well...
So in that area you could make it better, but anyway.
Yeah, but that does mean he's pretty tough and he can handle quite a bit.
Yeah, the entire turbo needs to be attached. Alright, guys, so this part needs to come off the manifold, and check it out. So I sealed this up with aluminum tape, and I really thought it would hold since it's really strong tape, but it didn't. I should really be glad that my heater hoses didn't break, although I didn't let the car run for very long, because that obviously didn't work either. But this is what needs to come off. This one doesn't fit for us. And then it goes, as you now know, on the top here. So Rob, do your magic, man. Thick stuff. And I have to say, your drill is pretty strong too.
No, I'm strong.
Yeah, that too. If I used my machine, I'd have to drill 100 times. You fixed it in one try.
We'll start the compressor soon since the nozzle currently has a lot of metal shavings. And we don't want that in the turbo.
Rob welded our old wastegate hole shut, and he actually came up with a great idea.
Yeah, I wanted to show you that if the manifold is good, then it will also pull in the other cylinders. So let's say I blow air in here, then if I hold the paper in front of it, you'll see it get sucked in as well.
Okay. So the nozzle design is correct, right?
Yeah, look, because if I hold it in front of it, it obviously won't go in, you see?
No, I understand.
So the nozzle is fine.
It's not only beautiful, but it's also really functional. The idea is that it uses flow to pull exhaust gases from other cylinder chambers, so the lengths are correct.
Yes. And then you get a faster cooling of your exhaust temperatures, and because your exhaust temperature goes down, you get a better flow, pulling more heat away at the turbo.
Good thing we ordered a pricey manifold. Yeah, and actually it says something about everything because of course he just had to drill that hole in it for our new wastegate. And it was also pretty thick material, and it's also quite heavy. So yeah.
That's why we bought this manifold.
You may already have two for half the price each, but that just means you have two halves. And that's also the important lesson we've learned by now. Don't buy cheap junk, just go for quality. It's more expensive, but you get quality. In the meantime, I also wrapped everything here, like I said, fuel lines, shift cables, and throttle cables. So once the intake manifold has cooled down, we can put it back. And this will also be the last time, because I'm going to replace the gasket that goes in between right away. That's this one. And yeah, then it doesn't need to come off anymore. So we can fasten it for good. Guys, check what the canceled product looks like. I really want to give a big shout out to Rob. You can really tell he's a craftsman, and now we're just going to pack it up, no matter how much I hate it. We don't want a moving bomb on fire. We need to pack up soon, but enjoy this a bit longer. I'm really excited about this exhaust, guys. The thickness matters for an exhaust like this, right?
Yeah, the wall thickness.
The wall thickness.
Yes. If you only use 1.5 millimeters, then such a downpipe can already tear off. With such a flame tune.
So quality comes first here. Nothing is being skimped on, as you can see. It looks top notch. And we're going to wrap it up now. Sorry, Rob. We're going to wrap it up. I've wrapped the entire downpipe as far as I could. Since I ran out of wrapping material, I had to do it in two parts. Anyway, the first part was so narrow that I had to use the narrow one. And then I wrapped it as far as I could with the wide part. I finished the last part with the narrow one, and then it was gone. Rob, meanwhile, is finishing the last welds. And then he's actually done. Then it's just a matter of finishing up, and then we can use the dyno. And I'm really curious to hear how this thing sounds. So I'm gonna try to start it in a bit with that downpipe underneath and see how it runs. I don't think it's gonna run any better, but maybe we can get an idea of how it sounds. A hard day's work is done. Here's the result. Check out this massive downpipe. Thanks, Rob and Nick, for the final touches. Now let's hear how it sounds. I'm putting it on a tripod. And as you know, it's running pretty badly, and I also hope it just starts now. Here we go. Are you ready? Guys, it's a total fuel fest in here. It smells really strongly of fuel. But the good news is, it's still running now with that exhaust on. So, we've made progress. We've made progress. And that rattle was what we heard. We all thought, what kind of weird sound is this, man? But it's just from our towing system, those pins that go through it. There is one advantage to it smoking so much. On the other hand, we can see that it's still leaking a little bit at the wastegate.
I thought you were turning that.
We're gonna tighten those up properly. Then what? I'm thrilled it's running so well. Now we can drive it in and out of the workshop instead of pushing it. I'm really happy with it. I think it just needed a bit of extra back pressure or something. Do you see the result here? A whole day of hard work. He's clearly exhausted. I'm really happy. Not just that the exhaust is finally on, but also that the car keeps running. I'm really happy about that because it just didn't do that before, right? So I think your exhaust has already fixed a certain tune on my car. Yeah, no, I'm really super happy. Rob, thanks for today. And you all know where to find Rob. If you need a new exhaust, or a custom exhaust, or one with a valve, just give them a call. Just give them a call. I'll add them in the description, of course. In the next episode, we're going to do the finishing touches on the car. So, I still have a few things to take care of on the car. After that, we're heading to the tuner. Want to join us? Remember to subscribe, like, and follow Rob on Instagram. You're often live on TikTok, so see you soon. Ciao.